Well, one of the guys that thinks this is a great place to live, too, at least part of the year when he isn't up in Viqueen country. You know what I mean by that? Land of 10,000 lakes, and that's Minnesota. Our next guest, Mr. Roger Olson, rep for the International Water Ski and Wake Sports Federation. And, he's got more titles than Grady has coverage. It's just amazing.
Let's see. We can read them off. Chairman of the Rules Committee for the National Show Ski Association, member of the Records Committee, World Water Ski Show Tournament Steering Committee, and also sits on the Board of Trustees for the USA Water Ski and Wake Sports Foundation, among many, many other things. But that's just in the world of water ski.
I always like to embarrass him.
Yeah.
Okay, because we do interviews, for other shows that we do. I do nationwide and so on. And he doesn't talk about it much, but he is a pilot for Delta Airlines, really more of in a role of an instructor now. But Roger, things are coming back in the tourism industry, aren't they? At least in the aviation industry as well.
Oh, my goodness. I just flew up to Atlanta and back this week, and full flights both directions. The airports are filling up again now. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful thing. Oh,
it's fantastic. And I was in Minneapolis Airport not too long ago, and that was a pretty strict lockdown state. And I could see the numbers coming back about a month ago when I was up visiting. I had to check out some issues on my farm up there in Wisconsin. But, just that slow trickle and increase. But now it's like Katie bar the door. You guys can fill in every seat.
Mm-hmm. Lots of pent-up demand, and we're getting ready to start hiring pilots again.
Well, that's really a good thing. But we've got to go from flying to, flying on skis, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the water ski capital of the world. And, Roger, you're heavily involved in the celebration of the sport of water skiing's 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
It is so critical to the sport and to the industry right now, because water skiing is at a peak again. It's climbed through the COVID situation. Tell us a little bit about the 100th anniversary. It started in your home state, in Minnesota. What's happening there?
Well, we've got an absolutely wonderful 100th celebration coming up next year, and we're going to open up right here in Polk County in Lakeland, Florida. In February, we're going to hold the Hall of Fame at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland. And the first the first tournament of the year will be in Winter Haven over at the All-American Tournament. And, of course, we'll end up 2022 with the last tournament, which will be the World Show Ski Tournament, which we're all part of. And it is going to be the biggest, the best. I've been involved in all of them since day one. And this one is going to be, I don't want to brag too much, but it is going to be quite the show.
Well, and that's a good way to put it, Roger. And these are the best water ski show teams from around the world. China is one of the teams I know.
Right. We've had Canada, Australia, China, Belgium, of course, the United States, and we're going to add a couple more for next year. We've got verbals on a couple other countries, so we will be bigger and better.
That's in October, right?
October 22nd, that weekend, whatever it is. We'll kick off Wednesday with the opening ceremonies and right on into the shows and the individuals. We've not had individual competition before in the World Tournament. It was scheduled to have it in Australia, but as you know, I was in Australia ready to do the tournament, and 2 days later, they sent us home. So, but they were scheduled to have some individuals. We are going to have a full slate of individuals, so that will attract a lot more countries. Some skiers from Sweden have expressed an interest. Mexico, Colombia, we've got interest from a lot of other countries that we have not historically had at the tournament.
Well, the sport of water skiing is, at least in the United States, is underneath the United States Olympic Committee, Olympic and Paralympic committees. It is not an Olympic sport. It's been a demonstration sport. It was in Munich in '72 and so on. But it is part of the Pan Am Games. It is part of the International Olympic family, but not right now as an Olympic sport. And as we look to the future, that's a possibility. And one of the events that's an individual event that you will be hosting at the World Championships in Winter Haven in 2022 is adagio doubles, similar
Right.
to ice skating. And I think that and possibly wakeboarding have as good a chance as any to for some sort of inclusion into the next summer games.
I totally agree, and we're very close, and I know that it's always been the three event skiers, the slalom skiers, jumpers, trick skiers, who have always pushed to be in the Olympics, and I've always been of the opinion that show skiing should be in the Olympics, but now that we're expanding this tournament, we're going to get a little more traction. We'll push a little harder, and in fact, we just switched here in the United States, the USA Water Ski and Wake Sports organization. Now, when you go to their website, we're running through the USOC website. We're on their USOC website, so we're getting there.
Absolutely, and we always talk about just the history and the tradition of the sport of water ski in this area, and everything that it's going to mean to have this the national show ski tournament right here, an international show ski tournament.
Yep.
But a part of it too is going to be the reason why it's going to be so huge is the site is going to be amazing. And so can we talk about that a little bit, just the new Lake Silver, everything that's going to come there, because it's really going to be something to see.
The city of Winter Haven has bent over backwards for us, helping the Cypress Gardens team and getting the site ready. We're moving the site slightly, and we're bringing it into national standards, and it is going to be one of the top water ski sites for show skiing in the United States. And historically, that's always been in the Midwest, those sites. Show skiing is very strong in the Midwest. It got started, in Mark's home state. The resorts, the fishing camps in northern Wisconsin, they'd all had kids that worked, and they were going to college. They'd come and work the camps during housekeeping, that sort of thing, and a little friendly rivalry. I've got a kid that can barefoot. Well, I've got a couple that can do adagio doubles. And so they had a little rivalry, and out of that came the National Show Ski Association, which was started by some people in Wisconsin, and it has just blossomed.
Well, the numbers now, it's one of, if not the largest sports division underneath USA Water Ski and Wake Sports, which is the official governing body of the sport. There's 9 separate disciplines underneath that umbrella, Roger. And, at the international level, to bring the World Championships to Polk County and to conclude the 100th anniversary in Polk County, in Winter Haven, is something special. And you own a home on Lake Winterset. To be able to do that and to be around all these people, not only they're going to be some of them competing, but some just, I want to be involved in this. That's got to be huge in the community. It
is, and we're bringing in thousands of people into Winter Haven, Polk County, the water ski capital of the world. We're just going to prove it over and over and over again in 2022. If Ralph Samuelson on July 2nd, 1922, if he had figured out what he was starting, I think he would have been. He loved coming to Polk County. He loved going to the Hall of Fame, and we've got his stuff in the new Hall of Fame at the Visit Central Florida building up on Highway 27, just south of I-4. And Ralph he brought a lot of his stuff, and we have it for the museum. And he skied in Lake City, Minnesota, which is or Lake Pepin. Lake Pepin is a wide spot in the Mississippi River that divides Wisconsin and Minnesota, and so we take claim for it. There was another country that said they were first in water skiing, and they couldn't prove it, and Ralph Samuelson could prove it, and here we are.
And that's the big news, and of course the museum and Hall of Fame now at the Visitor Center at I-4 and 27. You got to make sure you check that out, everybody. Just opened up 2 weeks ago. Really exciting stuff. Well, Roger, thanks so much for joining us. I know you're a busy guy, probably going back up to Atlanta to do a little flight training again soon, aren't you?
I'm in Miami next week. We're renting a simulator down there, so I'm teaching down there next week.
Okay, well, fantastic. Best of luck with that. And, water skiing. Water ski capital of the world right here in Polk County.